Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
The moose?
Yep, the moose.
The Bree Moososaurus?
She is the consummate ball hound. It doesn't matter what kind of ball it is. It could be a baseball, softball. It could be a damn basketball. She doesn't care. She likes balls.
The reason we're bringing this up is because I was miscellaneously perusing Facebook, and because we have Amazon Prime, and I always look at their ads because, you know, Facebook is creepy, I get ads for Amazon that are like those big, long carousels. You've probably seen them. Yes, man. You've seen those carousels?
Yep.
Do they have them on Instagram too? Carousels? Anyway.
Carousels, like shopping carousels now?
No, like the carousel ads.
Well, okay, I know that. But reason I thought you were saying is I've heard that Instagram is testing out online shopping. And so businesses...
Facebook has that already, so yeah.
Businesses that sell products are selling their products there as well.
Interesting. Anyway, so the carousel ads is what I'm talking about. And I'm scrolling through because I always see the coolest shit. P.S. I saw a hamburger-shaped waffle maker today. Interesting. Anyway. And I see this giant Chuck-It ball. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just a giant ball, but I'm going to go look at it because the Bree loves the balls. Then I see that it's like a soccer ball size with ridges for the dog to grab. And I'm like, the moose is going to love this. She's going to love it until it's dead. And even then, she'll probably love the bits of it after it's dead. So I added it to a list because $23, it's kind of a lot for a dog ball until yesterday when we ordered it. And it arrived today and she shrieked at it when it came out of the box.
She made doggy shrieking noises.
She was very excited.
And then she attacked me as I held it in my hand. And what was crazy was I threw the thing to my left in the air, and she reached out with her front paws and grabbed it out of the air with her paws, not her mouth.
That is pure
paws.
Instinct.
Yes. It was... She's an athletic creature, that one.
Now she's wandering around there looking for it.
And she then proceeded to play soccer with it, and then it got a little bit away, so she picked it up with her mouth. Has these little ridges on it that are like handles in a way, and then the dog can use it with their mouth, hold the handle essentially.
Well, and the handles are rubber on the inside, so you can grab it better too.
Right. It's just a neat little tool for her to play, like a little toy for her to play with. That could also be a good training tool, I was thinking.
Interesting.
But I think she's going to really enjoy it. We'll see. Tomorrow we were going to take it out with us to the park along with the other little ball with the rocket launcher, and we'll just see what happens.
Well, because at the regular dog park, we always kick the ball for her instead of throwing it because it's a little less conspicuous.
Right.
She loves that.
You don't attract as many maniacs.
And that's just kicking a tennis ball size ball. So I think she's going to love this at the...
Yeah, because you can... That's a good point. Because you can kick it lightly like a soccer ball, and then she has to chase it.
Yeah. The one review I read on Amazon says that his dog is completely obsessed with it and cuddles it while it's sleeping and everything. And that they go to the...
So cute.
They go to the park. It was the big, giant, dark colored lab I showed you.
That's so cute.
And he said he takes it to the park and his dog gets kicked in the face because it steals the ball before he can kick it. And so then he accidentally, bumps the dog with his shoe. And he says he's kicked it into his dog more times than his dog has actually chased it. But the dog absolutely loves it.
That's going to be Bree. You watch.
Yeah. You're going to have to wear pillow-covered shoes so that you don't break her face when she dumbly sticks it in front of your vastly moving foot.
Nah, when it comes, I'm used to working with Mitch with baseball and Maddie with hockey. I'm used to working with them on their practice. And I know to hold back because I'm bigger than they are. And it kind of transfers over to the dog. Like, I was thinking the very thing. She's going to steal the ball more often than I'm going to kick it, because I'm going to be afraid that the only way I'm going to kick it is if I know I'm getting there way before her. If it's super close, she can have it.
So you're saying I'm going to have to hold her, and you're going to have to like wind up and kick it, and I'm going to have to let her go?
The only way she's going to run, because I know she'll go to steal it. And as the dad in me kind of goes, whoa, back off. Like, there were times, my gosh, Mitchell would make me so angry sometimes, because he would do what he does now. Like when Mitchell's like in a situation that he doesn't hate, but he kind of wants you to know that he's done with it for now. Not done with it permanently, just done with it for now. And he kind of gets sassy and makes, kind of funny, admittedly, jokes about the situation.
Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're infuriating.
And then he continues to go along with what you asked him to do, though. That's the good thing. But
unless it's a video game, and then he does not.
What?
Unless it's a video game, then he does not.
Yes, he gets angry. That's not his fault. It really isn't. But he would do that, and I would want to hit the ball so damn hard, like I would if he was like an 18-year-old when he was like 12. I wanted to, and you just hold back, and you're like, can't handle it, can't do that. You'd end up hurting him. Not even worth it. Don't hit out of anger, and you move forward. So you learn, like with the dog. She goes after the ball, like I said. If I think it's going to be close, she gets the ball. I'm not touching it. It's like bullshit. Because I don't want to kick her in the face. I could kill her if I kicked her in the wrong spot.
My brother and I used to hit. He would throw, then I would hit the baseballs for the dogs to
God,
chase.
I can hear this one coming.
And one time I accidentally, I don't know how, but the dog was behind me. And I hit the ball and then swung the bat back, and I hit the dog in the snout. But not like 8-year-old with a tiny little plastic
poor
bat.
Dog.
And she like yelped and she ran, and I was like, no! And I like followed her, and then I had to like hug her for hours to make sure she was fine. She was completely fine. She was just a little mad. She was sassy like Bree is.
Yeah. This one, her personality is it's intriguing to me, because she comes off super needy most of the time, honestly, like super needy. She has to be, when she's sleeping, she has to be like right on top of you.
Right.
Like at nighttime, she'd rather lay over you than to your side. Like literally, she would.
Oh my God, last night I was sleeping. I was like laying on my stomach, and she came to cuddle, and she dug her pointy little front leg elbows into my calf. And I was like, ow, 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 ow.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, she's a very interesting character, because on the one hand, she's kind of pouty and,
she's a baby,
grumpy. On the other hand, she's super sweet and loving. So like, you get more of the super sweet and loving one than the pouty and grumpy one. But once in a while, you get the pouty and grumpy one. And when she's pouty and grumpy, she is pouty and grumpy with capital letters.
She sits just out of your reach and sideways glares at you.
Yeah, and looks straight ahead. Won't look at you, won't look at me. She just stares straight ahead. Psycho dog. But I love her. She's a sweetheart. So tell the people about our adventures and why we're having our adventures.
What was it like? It had to be like 8 weeks ago at this point. I found on the Orange County Register a list of apparently the top 10 best donut places in Orange County and what they recommend you eat at those places. Okay?
Right.
So about 8 weeks ago, I was like, yo, we all like donuts. Let's do these things.
Hold on. Whoa, wait. But why? What are we up to when we're going to these places that are on this list that you found?
We're eating donuts.
And what else are we doing?
Well, you can tell that part since you're the one doing it.
Well, I was kind of hoping that you would do it so I wouldn't have to pat myself on the back. But okay, since you're going to insist on putting me in an awkward, weird, screwed up, messed up spot, I will accept that gauntlet and run with it. My thing has been to learn video editing better and better and better. And you know what? I am far from good at it.
But he's way better than he was 3 months ago.
But I am so much better than I was a few months ago. And I've learned a few new things that I'm going to try. But I use my vlog for that. And here's why. If I used my business account to practice on and I screwed it up, it costs my livelihood. But if I do it on my own personal time, not associated with the business side, I can say and do whatever I want. And if I put out the crappiest video ever, you can come and tell me that it's the crappiest video ever. And I won't care, because even I know that it can be better and better and better. I'm not dumb.
But so for all of you who went to his vlog channel on YouTube to see the video of me dyeing his hair,
Yeah.
now you can go there and you can check out the donut places because he's made a vlog for every donut place we've gone to.
That's correct. And how many have we gone to now? Like five, right? Yeah.
So let's talk
That's
about the 5
crazy.
places.
That's crazy when you think about
But
it.
let's talk about them.
And by the way, some people may be wondering, it's actually longer than 8 weeks because we can only go every other week.
I know, but we went to one on a non-Mitchell weekend.
Yeah, but that only
because-
makes it like, you'd only be
So
at
it'd be
like,
donut,
we'd be at like
donut,
12 weeks by now,
off,
13 weeks.
donut off, donut. No, it's 8. Exactly. I actually did the math right in my head the first time, which is really
Alrighty.
confusing.
Makes sense. Okay. You say so. You calculated it. We'll go with it. If anyone else thinks differently, info@yogispodcastnetwork.com.
Anyway, so the first place we went, I can't remember what it was called, but it was in Newport. I think it was called City Donuts?
Yes. City Donut.
Okay, Newport Beach.
You can go find my vlog on YouTube to see this video as well.
He's going to post the links in the comments.
I'll have the links in
Or
the
the
comments to the
description
vlog. But yeah,
Anyway,
go there.
so then we go to this place.
The first
And-
one was a cronut place, though. Remember?
They had donuts and cronuts.
did they have donuts? Because I thought they only
did.
had cronut.
No, they had donuts
But
and
okay,
cronuts.
so
But they were just
I-
like basic donuts, and neither one of us had ever had a cronut before. So we
here's
were
my
like, we're
thing.
going to make it a cronut place.
I've got to do a self-deprecating thing. I am a dumbass because I had no idea that all a cronut was a croissant topped like a donut.
What
would
did you
be topped.
think it was?
I thought it was a mixture of the two doughs.
Okay.
I thought it was like donut batter, croissant mixed together.
I feel like you thought of
Cronut.
this mostly because you don't know super well how croissants and donuts are made.
I have zero idea how
Yeah.
either one is made. That's not even the point. The point is that I was stupid and thought that they were
Well, but
combined
you-
in that way.
No,
And-
no, stop. I'm trying to tell you you weren't stupid because you have no idea how to make a croissant or a donut. So why the hell would you know that those
Well,
two things don't really...
Logically,
you know?
logically, when you're not a person who bakes, it makes logical sense to think,
Or fries.
you know, like look at here's one reason. Look at the stupid Little Caesars, the dumbass
Pizza,
commercial, and they got pizza bread, and it sounds like it's a new product. You're like, what the hell is this pizza bread? And so you look, right? Because they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. So you look, you're like, pizza bread. Huh. What it is it's their large pizza, right? One half of it is pepperoni pizza.
And the other half of it is
And the other
garlic
half
sticks.
of it is breadsticks. That
It's
just
the perfect
basically
pizza for
chop
the
it
two
up.
of us because
But
I
the
like
point
garlic
is,
sticks.
they make you think it's a new product. To get you to look at commercial, it really isn't anything special. It's breadsticks and pizza. Well, why would I think a cronut wouldn't be a mixture of a donut and a croissant?
Well,
And
but
in
it
a
is.
sense, it really
It's
is.
a donut style croissant.
Because it's a donut-styled croissant, but it's not a donut.
What
per
makes
se.
it different from a croissant is the way that it's cooked. Because, donuts are deep fried.
Right.
So they take the croissant dough,
And
cut
they
it
deep
into the
fry it?
donut shape, and they deep fry it, and then they glaze it. And that's why
Well-
it's supposed to be so crispy on the outside and really, really croissant flaky on the inside.
Okay, well, when you describe it that way, that cronut place had, so far, I'm going to tell you, my opinion, the best tasting donut, period, the end.
No.
Yes.
That's not what you said when we went to the Fullerton place. We'll get to it. Just remember, people, he liked the Fullerton place better.
I don't think so.
And he'll remember
But
why in
okay,
a second.
I might have said that, and I will own it if I did. But I think maybe I've changed my mind after
Those
having this
cronuts were
conversation.
amazing,
Now
though.
they were the bomb. Like
But neither of us has
now,
ever had
I can't
a
even
cronut.
go there because I don't want to get off of my eating plan.
There's another cronut place on the list.
Thank God. Hope it's good. But I'm surprised. I actually prefer cronut to a donut.
Have you ever had a honey cruller?
Yeah, they're all right.
That's what they remind me of. They're just less crispy.
Doughy. I used to have this thing. It was called a bear claw.
Those are
And it was like super crispy donut with like glazed over it, and it
And
had
raisins.
like raisins or cinnamon or whatever on the inside. Oh, so good.
I could eat them.
And it was good because the outside was so crispy and the inside wasn't.
Right.
And that's what I liked about the cronut. The outer shell was like crunch, and then you get to the inside and it was like chewy.
Now, don't you wish you would have eaten it when it was fresh
Yeah.
and not the next day like a dangle dangle? Were you
I
like,
can only imagine how good it would have been.
Sometimes you're weird about new things. Did you wait till the next day to eat it because you were weirded out that it was a new thing?
Yeah, I had to think it through. I'm not kidding. I know I'm weird about that stuff. I love, by the way, that you know that about me.
Anyway.
I love it.
So then,
it's amazing that you know that about me.
The next week, we went to this place in Costa Mesa called Sidecar Donuts that are like the most well-known donut place in Orange County. And no, you can want at their regular donuts all you want, but the people who are listening to us talk remember what you said about me after we went to Denver, and they remember that you told them that I ate eggs Benedict for pretty much every non-dinner meal while we were there.
She did.
And so the Sidecar place has a basil eggs Benedict donut.
Yes, people, they had a donut that was made with egg Benedict.
So like he feels about the cronut is how I feel about the eggs Benedict donut.
I could get that though. That's totally really reasonable. For me,
I know. Their regular donut was kind of wah.
It's kind of like, you know what? You know, you just charged me, you know, an arm and a leg for a single donut.
Right.
And I'm expecting it to be special. You know, it doesn't even have to be fantastically out of the ordinary. But when it just tastes like every other, I could have gotten that same donut at freaking Dunkin' Donuts and probably would have tasted better at Dunkin' Donuts. That's the worst part.
They have unique flavors and they're small batch made all day. But I think the part that ruined it for both of us was that it was so hyped up. Mitchell told us this was the best donut place he'd ever been to.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that because we're like that. When people hype something up, we get crazy with our expectation.
I know.
And then we're always disappointed.
It's a weakness. It's a real weakness.
Yes, we're always disappointed.
But
and you know what? The few times that I've managed to like keep my expectations low, things go fine. It's when I don't do that things go haywire half the time.
Yeah. Okay, so then we went to the place that, the list says it's in no particular order, but we went to this place in Fullerton called Oli Boli, and we walk in.
Oli Boli wasn't in Fullerton. Oli Boli was in Tustin.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, Oli Boli. Anyway, we get there, and they have this, like, counter of donuts, but, like, you know how Starbucks does their pastries, and they're just, like, one floating pastry that's been there for, like, 800 years?
Right.
Okay, so they had that counter.
In the display case.
That. But they didn't have any, like, you know, the normal hooded donut counters of donuts.
Right.
You just told them off this, like, display case what you wanted. Okay, whatever.
Correct.
Delicious. Okay.
And then what did they do, though?
What I thought they were going to do, I thought they just had them in the back. And then they were going to go in the back, box your shit up. Okay, you know, like a normal donut place would do. Like, okay, that would be fine. Like when you go, or when you order a dozen of the regular donuts at Krispy Kreme and they just like shuffle into the back and bring you a box.
Right.
That's what I thought. No. This place, you ordered and they dropped dough hot into the oil right then and glazed and decorated.
Yeah, they cooked it for you right then.
Holy shit. I have never had professionally made donuts that were hot out of the oven. Mitchell even said it exceeded what he felt about Sidecar, his previous favorite donut shop of all time.
Wow. See, you got to get him to tell me this stuff before I close out the vlog so I can have a monologue about that.
He said it at the place. You were there.
But he doesn't always talk to me.
That's the place you said was the best donut you think you've ever had.
As far as donuts go. But I think that after thinking about it, I think the cronut is superior to the donut, which is why the first place is number one. Because it had a cronut that pushed it above donuts, and it was the best cronut.
Well, if it makes it through the pandemic, when you and I go to visit New York, like we've talked about doing 100 times, we're going to have to go to
the cronut
cronut place.
What's it called? It's
where it began. I have to look it up.
Oh.
But they're the inventor of the cronut.
I will remember this. You know I will remember this.
Anyway, so then, stop 4 on our list was in Your Belinda. What the heck was that place called? Station Donuts?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so.
First of all, before we say anything, what we're about to say is our opinion, only our opinion. It is our opinion. You heard me, right? Our opinion. You can either choose to agree or disagree. That's fine. We are not stating what we're stating as fact. It is our opinion.
Okay, so they're donuts. You walk up to the counter and they're super cute.
They were adorable.
They had like a Ferrero Rocher donut that had the little ball candy in the middle and then it was all beautifully decorated. They looked gorgeous. If you opened a box of their donuts, you'd be like, oh! Anyway.
Right.
Sorry if that sound was loud in your ears. Anyway, so we all order. We all got 2. And the register said, get the old-fashioned glazed yeast donut because they're the best.
Right.
Okay, so it was good. The old-fashioned glazed yeast donut was really good. Comparable to a Krispy Kreme, same donut. Good. Okay. But then...
You know why I go, huh? Because I had an old-fashioned donut, just a regular old-fashioned donut.
The cake one?
And it was, it was done the way they always do the old-fashioned donuts, where the cake's kind of crispy and the chocolate is like kind of hard on the outside and soft on the inside. It was done like that, but it was just like basic. Like it was the same old, same old. There's nothing special about it. And that's why I just think it's meh, because there's nothing special about it. If you want to step it up, you got to have something unique.
Well, their raised glazed
example
donut really was. Like, it was really good. Very well done. Their glaze was great.
Example, the place that we both agree was good. They made the damn donut right then and there in front of your face. That's unique. Still same old ass donut, but it's unique. And that, I don't know. There's something about the experience that enhances the taste of whatever it is. And I think it's because when someone gives you like superior experience, you may sort of have high expectations, but you're way more forgiving if they're not met.
So you've heard us? Yes. So you've heard us now say the first 3 donut places we went to were all really good.
Yeah,
there was nothing wrong with any of them. And then we get and that's 4th place. The raised glazed donut. Freaking delicious. Mitchell had one too. He agreed. I think he had the Meyer lemon one. Anyway, but yeah.
So did I. It was really good.
Yeah. But then Mitchell and I both got one of their like shishi frou-frou donuts. Mine was the Ferrero Rocher one I mentioned, and he got like this one that had like little whipped cream clouds and a rainbow. And it was super cute.
That was the place. That's why I said, "Whoa,
but
Nelly."
You have to wait. So those ones were awful. Mitchell and I's eyes met as we were biting these things, and we were like, ugh. Guys.
Remember, just our opinion.
There was like no sweetness to the donut or flavor, so it was just like fluffy carb that didn't even taste good on your tongue. And then, I don't know what his tasted like, but his face told me it was similar experience. Then they poured like dark chocolate with no sweetening in it at all. The only thing sweet on the entire donut was the Ferrero Rocher on the top. The rest of it was butt flavored.
Well.
But then, these two, him and Ash,
we asked for ham and cheese croissant, and Ash had just had like tooth surgery not that long before. So she didn't want the jalapeno one because she didn't want the spiciness to get into the wound. And I don't blame her. That would hurt. So we ordered a ham and cheese croissant. What did we get? A ham, cheese, and jalapeno croissant. But we cut the damn thing in half with a knife. Both of us at the same time put it in our mouth. And just like she just described, we locked eyes and you could tell, and we both like spit it out. The cheese was gross. It was like sour tasting. The ham, don't even get me started. But here's the thing. I want to make a point. We've not been compensated by any of these businesses that we're talking about. We're giving our opinion. And other people might love their croissant. I mean, me and Ash were like, that is just not good. But we didn't go back and ask for our money back either. So it's not like we're saying it to, get our money back. We're being dead on honest about this.
Right.
It was just bad. And like I said, the old-fashioned donut, it was well executed. It was
They were your neighborhood donut place. You would know to go there and get the glazed and the Meyer lemon glazed.
Yep. Yeah. And that's it. But I would not get their croissant. Hell no. That means that there's some other things there that I probably wouldn't get. Like they had a breakfast burrito. If you can't even make a ham and cheese croissant, I'm not even coming near your breakfast burrito.
But
like, sorry.
I stupidly got a green juice, which I will never do at that place ever again, because the picture was like kale and apples and celery and cucumber. No, it was a glass of celery juice. I did not need that many celery burps for the rest of time. Just nasty. I was not, that was awful. Yeah. And then finally, this last weekend, we went to one called Glee Donuts, specifically the Fountain Valley location.
Yeah. For some reason, they're owned by the same people, but
the Anaheim location is
less good.
But that was, again, we tried the Anaheim location like 3 years ago, and it was a breakfast burrito I wanted, and their breakfast burrito was Taco Bell style. Bad. But I got a breakfast burrito from this place, and it was spot on. It was so good. There was like buttloads of super crunchy bacon. It was awesome.
Their donuts were decent.
I liked mine, but that's because the jelly-filled ones are my favorite kind of donut, I think. And it was like homemade jelly preserves on the inside it tasted like, so they picked good filler. And then the outside, they'd glazed it so much that it was like caramelized a little bit, so it gave it kind of a unique outside flavor.
So, make faces over here. Anyway, what I think is interesting about the whole donut situation is how much the best donut relies upon individual person's tastes. Because, like, okay, that last place, you liked their jelly donuts. I didn't have one, so I don't know what the ratio was of like donut to jelly. But like, I had a custard filled, and it was way too much custard. Way too much.
Oh.
Not
like
enough donut.
50% custard or?
Like it was drowning in custard. I was choking it down. It was so much custard. Like, ugh. They could have cut about 50% of that custard away, and it would have been way better. It just didn't have the right ratio. And you know, like I said, you can only judge a place by what you've tried. I would never say based off of a single experience that I'm never coming back unless everyone that was with us was like, that was the most awful, disgusting food I've ever had. And you notice what I said? Not that it just didn't taste good or wasn't spicy enough or was too spicy, just that it was just, everyone agreed it was disgusting.
Like we'll never go back to that place we already talked about in Yorba Linda.
Right.
So we all agreed that was bad.
Right. But that's exactly the example that I'm going to give you is that everyone agreed like, no, this is not a place to be. And it makes sense to me to then, you know, ban them from our list of places to visit, because why would we want to go back and have disgusting food? Like,
well, it's not like it's a place that I really liked and you really disliked, because then once in a while we would either do like,
yeah, compromise and go there.
Right.
And I mean, that's the thing. Even these other, you know, differences that we've had, I don't see us ever having a problem needing to go back to one of those places.
Unless you were really craving a cronut and I really wanted to go to the other place, then we'd have to actually compromise.
Maybe we'd have to go to both places. We've done crazy shit like that before.
Aren't they far away from each other? Tustin and Costa Mesa?
No, not so bad.
All right.
South Coast Plaza. And then that's the 405 and 55. And then over here's the 5 and the 55. That's Tustin. And it's one freeway over.
I keep thinking Tustin and Fullerton are the same place.
They're not. No. So, you know, it's...
We have 5 left.
5 to go. 5 down, 5 to go.
But if we only gave you one...
So far, first 5, who's your favorite?
The one in Tustin by a long shot.
Oli Boli?
But I also thought the cronut was unique and delicious. So, but donut.
Yeah, and I understand. You know what? I know where I'm coming from on this now. Now that I think about it, I remember where I came down to the idea is that, like I said, I'm kind of in the point of why am I going to compare you as better than the other average donut places when you're not even unique?
Those were the only two that were unique.
I mean, if you're not even, well, that's the thing. They were the only two that were unique. The Oli Boli place, it was just fresh off the, you know, boom, into the oil and out. It was fresh, made right in front of you. That was what I think I liked the most about it, was that it was so fresh. It's like my favorite thing is if someone makes chocolate chip cookies, is to eat them when they come right out of the oven when they're warm.
I know.
I love that. That is the best.
You used to ask me to make you cookies like every second night.
Yeah, it's how I got fat.
Sorry.
It's all right. My fault. I asked.
But I think that, no, I lost it. I had a thought. Now it's gone.
Oh no, your one thought of the night. Just kidding.
Damn
You've
it.
been great. I enjoyed this conversation, but you know what? I think we're beating a dead horse at this point in time.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say was that we were giving a middle of our adventure update because I think at the end of 10, we wouldn't be able to remember specific details about the first couple.
Yeah.
So
and one of the things we could, it just gave me an idea too.
10-ish weeks.
It just gave me an idea too. We can also, at the end of this, do a special episode that's part 1 and part 2 combined together in one episode.
Well, so look forward to that. And now that we've beaten the dead horse and beat the dead moose up with a giant new ball, good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.